motor movement disorder is tends to be a problem as the child grows older, and really also relates to the underlying ion channel problem. So this Dravet syndrome not only affects the brain in aspects of having seizures or learning disability, but also in terms of movement and movement planning. So our brain controls every movement we undertake, and if you have an SCN1A variant and an ion channel disorder, that might affect the way you can move around and the way you walk. And there's lots of different forms of gait abnormalities that we see in Dravet syndrome. One typical example is what's called a crouch gait, and that becomes more prominent really once the child grows older. And what is sometimes required is really a physiotherapy review for that. Sometimes the child or children need orthotic support, meaning if the gait is not appropriate, it might be necessary to wear a splint, for example, that can correct that and help the child in maintaining a good posture. I think it's important to maintain good posture to really maintain mobility. But we could see that this is a real difficulty in older age, and we had at least a quarter of the older children who required just support of a wheelchair, for example, for longer distances of walking, because I think it's just the stamina for walking longer distances sometimes can be a burden. So it's important to address that. So think about this early. Think about physiotherapy review if the clinician has an impression that the child struggles with mobility, and then really try everything possible just to assess that properly to support the family and the child in this regard.